No, I'm in a different part of the room. I had zero time to set up any kind of production value for this week.
It's fun. I always feel like you're taking us on tours of your apartment and stuff like that when we're recording. Yeah. Like today, Ben will be recording from the rumpus room.
The rumpus room.
Well, I'm doing this new thing with my curtains, and I haven't really. Where I'm like.
Yeah, it looks like you're afraid your dog's going to pee on them or something.
Well, it's because I'm afraid the vacuum's going to eat them. So.
We'll just.
My seat-seater drying.
Just lift up the vacuum or the curtain when you're vacuuming.
That's a lot of effort.
All right. Well, I'm just trying to help, man. You don't have to be a dick about it.
I guess the alternative is to keep them that way always.
Well, that's literally what I do. All right. So yeah, I give it a 6. All right. So.
Are we done?
Sorry, I showed up late.
All right, there you go. That's it, everybody. Thank you for listening. And that was Dork Trek, and good night.
8 out of 9.
8 out of 9.
Blackface.
No, not so much. This isn't a blackface episode.
I'd say it's about 50%.
No.
Not bad.
No. You guys are being sensitive.
Klingon face.
That's more Klingon face.
It's not like in the 60s.
Oh, yeah, where they were like just shiny.
Yeah.
Isn't it, though?
Not really.
No. It had ridges, man. It's like ruffles.
It's just makeup.
So if I get chocolate-coated ruffles, they're fine.
Yeah, if you want to do, for Halloween, if you want to do blackface, just put some ridges on it.
Yeah, and
wear like a turtle shell, and I'm
do your thing and fucking dress up like Kiss. And then you're like, oh, man, you're a racist. Like, no, I'm not. I'm a Klingon. Like, that's cool.
I'm photo negative Kiss.
Yeah.
Okay, so I wasn't
blackface.
the only one that picked up the whole Kiss thing, right?
Oh, yeah, totally. I mean, yeah, okay. that's. I think that's almost like a gimme at this point, that the Klingons are just basically like, somehow, some way, it was beamed into space, like footage of Kiss circa like 1976, and they were like, that's fucking badass.
No, I mean, I'm just saying specifically this episode was when the Kiss vibe pinged for me more than
Chronos Rock City.
Yeah. Everybody go to move your feet. Kodos. Kodos, Rock City. Get up. Everybody go to move their feet. Get down. Everybody go to move their feet. That'd be a great cover for fucking ramming speed.
Yeah.
There you go.
You know?
Mine was Sisko, I think, had the Gene Simmons vibe.
Cisco to me looked like fucking Rick James.
Kind of.
Like with like the weird, like he definitely had a Rick James.
I'm Rick James, bitch.
Yeah, I was gonna say more like even Dave Chappelle's version of Rick James specifically.
Because he was the one who gave me the Kiss vibe. Him, and then Odo was giving which is the cat Kiss person.
Peter Criss.
Peter Criss.
Yeah, that was Odo.
Yeah, because he was kind of shitty.
Uh-huh.
Oh, he was a terrible Klingon.
Yeah.
He was a bad Klingon.
I mean, I guess Worf is Ace Frehley, right? Basically.
Yeah. Sure. I don't know who that is.
Ace Frehley is the guitar player.
Yeah. And
I just know there's the cat one, and then there's the star one, and then there's Gene Simmons, and then is there another
demon?
The demon.
He's a nice Jewish boy.
They are all nice Jewish boys. For me, it's definitely I just get a Rick James vibe off of Sisko. That's just me. And I watched this episode. The first time I saw this episode, it's a pretty simple episode. They're kind of investigating the idea that Gowron is a shapeshifter.
As the season ended last episode. So
their plan is to send Odo, O'Brien, Worf, and Sisko behind enemy lines in Klingon face to infiltrate and defeat.
Expose,
if you will.
The changeling.
Yeah.
I don't know how O'Brien got on this roster. It doesn't really make any sense.
Yeah, me neither.
It does.
He's not in security. He's he's just the tech guy. Like, I guess if there was a problem with the little...
But he's battle-tested, though, at least. I mean, he fought in the Cardassian War.
He is a former tactical officer. He and Worf have similar backgrounds.
But he's also kind of a whiny coward.
Mm-hmm.
You need one of those.
Do you really, though?
He's really more of a nerd.
Watch any war movie. There's always the whiny coward in any platoon.
I don't know. I think
Charlie Sheen in the movie Platoon.
I think they'd have been better off sending Dax.
Yeah, but somebody on the Twitter, was it Justin, who told us that she was allergic to like everything, and so that's why she couldn't do the heavy makeup for this.
But she got spots on her all the time.
Yeah, but that's just like a little, that's not latex. That's just some body paint.
She has a latex allergy.
If I didn't read it in that book, Ben, I don't think it's true.
Oh, okay. Because they didn't. You know what? I almost said they didn't talk about this episode, but they specifically talked about the last episode.
Yes.
In the book, talking about how exciting it was when they revealed that Gowron was possibly a changeling. And they were going into the summer like, oh, this is going to be exciting. I can't wait for next year.
One thing I didn't pick up on in the last episode, that when they did the replay at the beginning of this one, was like Odo changes teams real quick. Because he's like, Gowron's one of them. And he said it kind of way that's like, one of them dirty shifters.
What's that, the old story about the two Irish guys coming to America talking about, oh, Patty, the streets of gold, we'll have it made there. We'll look out for each other. We got each other's back. And then as Sean comes off the ship first, and the immigration officer says, yeah, all the Irish go to the left. And Patty's coming down behind him and goes, hey, Sean, what'd he say? And Sean turns around and goes, oh, you fucking immigrants, always bothering people. I mean, that's Odo with his, just like as soon as he's human, it's just like, the fucking shifters.
Fucking shifters. I will say this.
Taking their jobs.
It makes me feel bad about the length of our episodes when they recap it in 35 seconds. It takes us 7 hours.
Yeah, Bob, that...
It would be great if their recaps went off on tangents too, though.
Hey, wasn't that guy in Seinfeld?
Yeah, and the next thing you know, it's a clip from Seinfeld.
We have to explore every nuance of the Klingon dicks.
We're getting clips from the 1996 World Cup.
Why is Kurt Gibson in this
World
episode?
Cup in 1996.
That would be 1998, Ben. And why is Kurt Gibson in this episode? I don't understand.
Kurt Gibson.
So weird. What's happening? But yeah, so it's a pretty simple episode. It's pretty straightforward. It's called Apocalypse Rising. This is episode 99 of Deep Space Nine. And we are Dork Trek. Hello and welcome. We've already kind of started talking about the episode. So introducing us at this point is kind of stupid, but whatever. I mean, there is no time.
It's like a cold open.
Yeah.
No, we opened in media res.
Yeah. There's no time here. There is no time. There's no positions. It's all just podcast.
Life is podcast.
Life is podcasting is live.
The podcast must flow.
But yeah, I don't understand why they don't bring, if anyone, I don't care if she's allergic to the makeup, figure it out. Dax needs to be here because she's the most Klingon one of them all.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. She would have, if I had to pick somebody to go on a scary Klingon mission with me that wasn't Worf. Actually, she's more Klingon than Worf is.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, my thing is Klingon, Worf has always come across as the kid who grew up outside of whatever culture.
He's born again Klingon.
So, no, his is all book learning.
Yeah.
So he's by the book and all that stuff where, Dax, she lived that shit. She's got a blood oath with, some of the greatest Klingon warriors in history, and she's out there like smacking up people with her batleth. She's lived the hardcore life. She got more street cred than him.
Yeah, she definitely should have been here. And the fact that she wasn't was kind of a bummer. Odo made sense. I love the hard drinking, depressed Odo in the beginning of the episode. Mm-hmm. It's so silly. And he's a girl drink drunk.
I like to think that now that he's a human, he spends all his time drinking and masturbating.
Yeah.
Because how long would it take until you start?
What I do.
You're not even recently human.
No, it's just fun.
Right before the show, that's why I was late. I mean, Jesus.
I still want to know how it felt the first time Odo took a shit. Like, what did he think about that?
That's always got to be the most disturbing thing for creatures that suddenly become like him and Q have that shared experience. Because it's one thing the first time you're hungry, but the first time you go, they have because they're not potty trained.
No, they're gonna shit their pants.
So, I mean, they've already pissed their pants, so they're confused about that because that comes up a lot faster than the pooping.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, now they're shitting themselves, and it's like something's coming out of me.
I don't understand. I have this burning sensation in my lower abdomen region. I don't understand. I just imagine he said it in this episode.
He did. I fucking laughed my ass off.
When they were doing like the Klingon practice,
Klingon training.
Worf had them all on a line, and then
I don't understand.
I don't understand. Like he's fucking said it. It validated everything I've ever felt.
Yeah,
I'm watching that. I'm watching that scene, and it's just like so annoying for me because it's like the gimmicky boot camps that Captain America had the scene. An Officer and a Gentleman had the scene. What is it? Full Metal Jacket
had the scene.
Where it's always the the recruits are lined up and the tough as nails drill sergeants. And it'd be even funnier. O'Brien's down there with his "Is that you, John Wayne?" And you're like, "What the?" But it just I don't know.
Well, they've only got a few minutes or whatever to learn how to be Klingon. They got the makeup on. They have to act like Klingon.
They got a crash course.
They should have been doing this the whole time. They didn't have to wait until they were on
That's true.
Gul Dukat's ship.
And that's where I think having Dax there to help them out might have actually been better than just Worf.
Yeah.
I will say one thing about that scene, though. It shows the liberal arts program at Starfleet Academy is strong because the two people who've been to Starfleet Academy were great at it. Like Sisko, he fell into the role pretty easily, and Worf, obviously, but O'Brien, he didn't go to Starfleet Academy.
Yeah,
right.
And he had this,
and they sucked at it. They didn't know how to act.
O'Brien had this look on his face the whole time.
Yeah,
he had like Eric Trump face. Really. Like his prosthetic teeth didn't fit quite right, and they were just
he got stuck in the middle of a sneeze.
Yeah, I got to sneeze. He's just looking at lights. What do you do? I got to sneeze. I got to look at the light. Gonna make me sneeze. I know.
It help.
He looked like what was his name? Lewis from Revenge of the Nerds. Like he had Lewis face the whole time.
He's the dumbest Klingon.
Yeah, he sucks. He was a terrible Klingon. He's a terrible Klingon.
Well, it's like Sisko, though, was, could have been a good Klingon, but I think he was in the Worf school of Klingonese where he's trying to overdo it as well.
He was chewing up the scenery in this episode. It was so great.
He was just waiting for an excuse to act completely insane. And as soon as he put the Klingon makeup on, he's like, all right, Klingons are crazy.
This is perfect. I don't mind the bragging, but stay away from the blood wine. Nuts. Like he was nuts. Like it was.
If you smell what Kronos is cooking.
The first time I saw this episode, I watched it on Heroes and Icons, and I was like, he's a perfect Klingon. Like, I don't know, because that was at this weird point in Avery Brooks' career for me where I didn't know how I was feeling about it. But God, he's a wonderful Klingon.
Yeah.
Like, he's got it. Like, the whole kind of, like, big, boisterous chest out, rah, 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 I'm so tough. It was amazing.
He's like Sherman Helmsley Klingon, kind of.
but taller.
Yeah.
And Rick James looking.
Yeah.
If Rick James and Sherman Helmsley had a Klingon baby, it would be Avery Brooks.
He should have told that guy who was bragging, what the 5-finger stick to the face.
And he kicked that guy's ass too.
Mm-hmm. He kicked everybody's ass. He was fighting everybody.
Yeah.
I will win this war single-handedly.
We don't see the scene where Worf takes him off to the side. He's like, sir, if you just might want to.
Yeah. No, get the fuck off me, Worf.
Don't fucking tell me what to do.
I'll fuck you up too.
You, not my dad. You're not the boss of me.
Like he didn't take the pill that's supposed to stop them from getting drunk. Like, no, I'm going to hit this blood wine.
Now, is blood wine actual blood?
Probably.
Blood wine is neither blood nor wine. Discuss.
I have to Google that one because
Yeah.
when Stephanie and I were watching it together, and she's like, "So is it actual blood?" I was like, "I don't know."
It didn't look like it. It didn't look like it had the consistency of blood.
Well, it's not like, you're not getting some O negative, by the pint in there.
Blood
And
wine.
Dennis, they're not
It's served,
vampires.
it's best served warm.
Mm-hmm.
It's sitting out in a vat in the middle of the room.
It's highly intoxicating,
Mm-hmm.
to the point that non-Klingons are scarcely capable of tolerating it. Supposedly twice as potent as whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
The first human known to consume the beverage was Captain Jonathan Archer.
I'm reading the memory alpha page 2 as he goes. Like, wow, Ben, we're on the same page. That's amazing.
Literally on
Literally
the same page. Consumed by warriors. Yeah.
The one thing I do like about that scene is, it's supposed to be an endurance test, so who can drink and fight the most and everything. And they said eat, but I didn't see any food.
Yeah.
So, they were drinking all this blood wine on an empty stomach.
There was a chick at the beginning of it who was eating like a turkey leg or something, I thought.
Like she's at the Ren Fair, like eating one of those giant Ren Fair legs.
All right, so there has been, whether there is actual
was
blood in the
human
ingredients has never been revealed, but the Star Trek cookbook suggests that blood wine is made from fermented blood and sugar.
It's legit.
I don't buy it.
So,
Nah.
It looked kind of weak from the blood. So, like having seen, large quantities of blood, it was a little thin for blood.
Yeah, it's this in 2002 somebody made Klingon blood wine from grapes. So I'm just gonna say it's just I want one of the blood wine cups.
It's made from the blood of grapes. I slaughtered all these grapes in battle.
Yes, me and Lucille Ball slaughtered all these grapes in battle.
I would love to see that scene.
And Bart Simpson when he went to France. They have one in Busch Gardens. They have over by Italy, I think.
Uh-huh.
But it's not Italy. It's supposed to be like San Marino, I think. So it's just this little thing with a cart that has one of those wine buckets that that you're supposed to simulate, like you're stomping grapes inside of it.
That's cool.
So next time we go there, I'm going to go stomp in it and go blah, go, blah, go.
What are you doing? Making blood wine, dummy.
Yeah.
Please live stream that for us.
Yes, go, blah, go.
Log in on the Facebook page, do a live stream. Hey, we live streamed from the Yorktown. You live stream from the grape stomp.
I mean, it'll probably be next summer because it's cold, man.
It's warm here.
You can't make blood wine when it's cold.
It's too cold already, baby.
And so you're up north. Down here on the south side, it's still warm.
That's true.
You have no honor.
You must stomp enough grapes in the summer so you have enough blood wine for the winter. That's the kind of shit Sisko would be saying.
Yeah, totally.
Mm-hmm.
It's like making up all these rules, but saying it with authority, and all the other Klingons like, you know what, that guy's right.
Yeah,
And he would just smack them if they didn't agree with him. So
Yeah.
Bitch slap.
Not the back of the hand,
Mm.
unless
Are
you
you
want
challenging it to a fight? Yeah. You gotta bitch slap.
Yeah.
I'm a bitch slap you, cop law.
Now, when we say bitch,
not to the death.
Captain, when we said bitch slap, we meant slap like you're slapping a bitch, not slap like you are a bitch.
Ooh,
I think you were misunderstanding there, sir.
damn.
I just want to say if any bitches out there was offended by what I said, I apologize that you were offended.
That you were offended about being a bitch.
That your little snowflake ass got offended.
Oh,
Damn.
yeah!
Damn right. This is America, and we don't tolerate snowflakes around here.
That's right.
I'm going to put this date on my calendar so I can remember it. Hold on.
So
You're on notice, Minnesota. No snowing.
So stop being a bunch of snowflakes. You snowflaking.
I'll bitch slap all these snowflakes.
Hell yeah. You guys are a bunch of pansy-ass snowflakes, and I don't care what your faces say.
I don't
about
like what you said to me.
This is America. You
You
guys,
hurt my feelings, you snowflakes.
come on, snowflakes. Get rid of them red cups because they hurt my feelings. Hey, I'm going to say my name is Trump at Starbucks, so all the Starbucks guys will have to say Trump, and it'll be great on my red cup, which is bad because it's against God or something. Snowflake.
When I think of the Christmas holidays, I think of green and red. So when I see either of those colors, I think Christmas. So to celebrate Christmas this year, we're at Starbucks are coming out with our white and blue cup.
Boycott Starbucks.
Happy Hanukkah.
It's offended my Christianity. Boycott.
I want to have a corporation just so I can fuck with people.
Yeah, but I think that's what they do anyway. But that's to some extent they do it directly. Like, let's fuck with people. Like, let's make gas $4
like
more.
They should not serve food during the day during Ramadan. They should do shit like that. Like,
they really
off.
We're not under Sharia law. We're just being respectful of the other culture.
I'm sorry, lady. You got to put this burqa on when you come. I mean, we're just being nice. That's all.
Just show some modesty.
Yeah.
We may have Orthodox Jewish customers in our non-kosher restaurant, so please, if you could cover your arms down to the wrist, that would be appreciated.
We have some sheets with holes cut in them, so if you want to have sex, you can use it.
That's not what that's for.
Now, Dennis, if you said that to me, I'd be like, let's get it on. Now, like, if you do that, does it have to just be like genital to genital, or do you just put your dick through the hole and like then like they can still suck on it?
Yeah, around the world. Permission.
All right, now put the hole in your mouth. Yeah.
I mean,
chasing her around the apartment like a fucking horny ghost.
That's what started that rumor. Are those things right there?
Yeah. Like, all right, now put the hole on your hand. All
That's
right.
what I'm going to be for Halloween.
I'm a Jewish fuck sheet.
Jew fuck.
I'm going to be a glory hole ghost.
But everybody would just think that you're Charlie Brown.
Yeah. All right.
Why do you have so many
I got a
women?
rock hard
No.
cock.
What I'm saying is, it's the sheet with one. It's the sheet with one hole in it, but you put the hole where you want the penis inserted. So you put the sheet over your head, and then it just goes in your mouth. Or you put the sheet on your hand, and it goes in your, in here. And then you put it in your feet.
I guess you don't need a sheet for that. You could just have like a handkerchief or something over
No, you need the whole sheet. And you're like, all right, move the sheet. You just maneuver the sheet around. Not a sheet with a bunch of holes in it. That doesn't make sense, Dennis.
Unless you're getting gangbanged.
Yeah, well, that's true. Then you need several holes.
Come on. Think
Yeah,
outside the box.
when you're Orthodox, you
1,
still want to get
2,
gangbanged.
8, 4, 5. You need 6 holes.
Ben. Stop being such a snowflake, Ben.
Yeah, snowflake.
I'm just saying this is a persistent rumor that people have passed down for generations.
Go get your sheet, Snowflake.
Yeah, snowflake.
It's right there. That's literally my seat. Okay, they're drying. I'm sorry that my faith offends you and gives.
I thought that was like a weird Christian thing. The sheet.
No.
That's a.
I'm sure one of the weird Christian things is a sheet with a hole in it.
People would see your Talit Katan
Is that what
drawing.
it's called?
Because the Talit Gadol is the big one that you wear. You've seen people wear the prayer shawls with the
Yes.
in the movies. Well, you ever see Fiddler on the Roof?
Not that Jewish. I'm not. I can't.
Okay. Hey, have you ever seen the Orthodox dudes with the strings coming out from under their shirts?
Yeah.
That's what those are. It's just like a little poncho thing that you wear under your shirt.
And they fuck in it?
No, they don't. But you would wear it.
You could, though.
What happens when you wear an undershirt on a hot day? It gets hot, you sweat.
Uh-huh.
You don't wear it the next day, you wash it.
Okay.
So when you wash it, this is the 1920s and 30s, or it's the 1850s or whatever. You wash your fucking undershirt. You don't got a Maytag dryer.
I'm just trying to understand your people.
You don't have.
He's
a
actually
Maytag.
citing the text.
Yeah, it's
You wash your fucking undershirt.
it's right here. Yeah,
Jesus, that's a fucking long book.
Well, I mean, it's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but no, the Christians would see it. What is it?
And
hanging on the line, and they're like, "Yeah, those Jews are so uptight they fucked through a hole in a sheet."
But then they would also be like, "Wow, those Jews got some big cocks. Look at the size of that, because it's the neck hole. You're like, look at the size of those dicks." Oh my god, we should hate those guys. We did right.
Well, and this is why
that's the root of anti-Semitism. It's got nothing to do with the banks and the money. It's because they were perceived that by having
penis envy,
cocks. Yeah,
giant cocks.
That
look
actually
at the size of that hole.
That's
man.
why we started circumcision to just take it down a notch, and still we needed the big holes. No,
I can't
cut
compete
the
with
end of my dick off. Will that make you happy? Okay, fine.
Yeah, baby snowflake Gentile.
No, I've seen plenty of giant Gentile cocks. It's around the world equal.
Heyo. So, where are we?
Well, we've crossed past anti-Semitism, so let's move right on to the Mormons.
Yeah, I don't really know enough about them.
Yeah.
Oh, they have special underwear.
They also have special underwear. They're
Maybe that's what religion is based off of, just series of special underwears.
I don't think, though, the Christians have the special underwear.
Yeah.
There's
No, you're asking the wrong guy.
Not that I know.
Do the Muslims have special underwear? Got dynamite in them and shit, man. So they can
hell yeah.
No, don't do that. Otherwise, we're going to be taking our underwear off when we get on planes.
Do a fatwa on your twatwa.
Did you just say a fatwa on your toilet? You're going to get us all killed, Dennis.
Not me.
It'll be worth
I'm safe.
Are you?
I think they would go after you. I'm already on a list, I'm sure, but if you blaspheme, doesn't that like bump you up?
Don't you blaspheme in here.
Nah.
That's for blasphemy. That's one of my I've wanted to do that to my son so bad.
Slap your son?
Just be like, let him
blasphemy?
drive. Yeah. Just that Sean Connery, Harrison Ford thing, just so we could be like out on motorcycles one day. And because Daniel says Jesus Christ a lot. And I just, one of these days,
How's that blasphemy? You're Jewish.
Yeah, you're
I know
you're
it's
Jewish.
not for us, but I just
singing Jesus Christ pose.
Yeah.
to quote the movie, just so I could have an honest to God moment to just backhand my son and go.
Why don't you do more of? I prefer the Aretha Franklin from Blues Brothers when she says, "Don't you blaspheme in here." When Elwood says something about goddamn or whatever, and then that's what he said. We're on a mission from God, and that's why she says it. Just do that. Then it doesn't involve hitting your son.
Sean Connery got to hit Harrison Ford. That's part of the magic of the movie.
Yeah,
I
but
think that was the whole point, is that he wants to smack his son in the face.
But the point is,
That was
Sean
also in the
Connery.
point.
Yes, Sean Connery won't have his son taken from him by the Child Protective Services because it was the 1940s and in Germany, and they had
That would have been an awkward ending to the movie.
Well, especially since they're both adults at this point.
CPS shows up and it's like,
But the Grail! I don't want to hear about your fucking Grail.
"Look, Dr. Jones, you're not allowed to hit your kid. Come with us. We're taking your son from you." And that's how the movie ends.
Dun, 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 dun,
It's like how the Monty Python and the Holy Grail ended, kind of.
Kind of.
the police show up and
Yeah. Spoilers.
Damn it, Dennis.
I swear to God, if you ain't seen that movie by now,
Every movie about the Holy Grail has to end with the police intervening at the end.
Snowflakes, being snowflakes. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed this episode. I love Klingon. I love Klingon Sisko. I could watch a series about Klingon Sisko. He's so fucking fun to watch.
I have a question. Have we seen General Martok yet in this show? When? I don't remember.
Just before the war started.
He was in season 3, wasn't he?
Yeah, the Klingons came to the station for the first time, and we met him then.
Oh, okay.
Bob can probably tell us exactly when with his.
I'm with my time clock.
So that would have been the first episode of season 3.
Let's see here.
Isn't that when they all showed up at the station?
Hang on.
There's Klingons on the station, sir. I remember that happening. There's Klingons off the starboard bow, starboard bow, starboard bow. There's Klingons off the starboard bow.
A little backstory is given to Martog, except the brief history sketched by himself in the episode One More Into the Breach. That is season 7 now. So that's long ago. He was born in the Klingon house. But when's his first appearance, man? Doesn't say. Season 4, Way of the Warrior, Part 1 and 2. It says that's his first appearance.
Okay, so it's the beginning of the previous season.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, season 4. Okay, so it's been a season since we've seen him.
I'll tell you this much. Spoilers, Martog is the best character in the whole fucking series.
And the actor who plays him, what was it, 2016 or 20? Was it 2016 that he was running for office in like upstate New York or something, and he was like running as Mark Twain.
What?
And then he would get in costume, and so he ran against himself as Mark Twain.
Does he listen to Dork Trek?
Yes, I hope so, because he's amazing.
Time was American politics. And you're just like, dude, you're still in my bit. Because we had well into establishing my Mark Twain bit.
Yeah.
And once again.
Are there even riverboats in upstate New York?
More importantly, though, are there riverboats on Kronos, you think?
Of course there are.
Do you think there's like a Klingon Mark Twain? Do a Klingon Mark Twain, Ben.
I can't do it with Klingon.
Come on, try it.
Orion Slave Boy Jim.
Shadi Shapakna, Kakatoba, Misha Natoche, Tacha.
You sound more like
Hutties.
You sound more like Jabba the Hutt, where he's like you're speaking Hutt. Isa Chewbacca.
Isa Chamba, Taka Motoko, Chinda Baka. I don't know.
I love. This had to be a great week.
I taught my daughter to do that when she was like tiny. So she'd walk in, to her mother's room and just be like, "Tike no banda." Oh.
Mind trick.
I wish we had video back then.
Oh.
I mean, you probably did. You personally didn't have it.
Yeah, because you were poor. Because that's video was only for the wealthy.
Yeah. We had VHS, but I mean, nothing like that.
Now everybody's got it, and look what happens.
Yeah.
Whole world's falling apart.
We were talking about that today, about how, thank God we didn't have social media when we were kids. Because, I mean, the shit that, we would have been held responsible for now. It's like, holy shit. I mean, if there's this much fuckery for Kavanaugh's handwritten calendars 40 years later.
Yeah, but that's just creepy.
I keep my calendars.
Yeah, but you're creepy.
Oh, yeah.
And you're also not trying to take abortion rights away from women and stuff. So.
For now.
Esau Chewbacca.
I'm completely pro-life unless I knock a chick up, and then, by God, it's gloves off.
Especially if it's some stripper.
Wait, Jabba the Hutt is pro-life?
Yeah, get a coat hanger and a vacuum cleaner because we got problems.
He's staunchly pro-life.
Esau Chewbacca pro-life.
Nande deswaza chido choice is no. Mother was pro-choice.
Conception life. I can see. Yeah, I mean, I'd say Jabba the Hutt's a Republican, right?
Yeah, he goes to confession so that he cleans the slate every week. So you can do more despicable gangster stuff.
Yeah, he's doing some.
So is he like? I mean, is he like old school gangster? Like 1930s Al Capone type of gangsters? And,
yeah.
The whole a fada, here's 100, kind of thing.
Hey, fada. Hello, mudda. Hello, fada.
Instead of 100 Hail Marys, how about 100 Benjamins? Take care of this matter for us.
Whoa.
The Pope hit me like that once.
Once.
Isn't
that Johnny Dangerously?
It is.
Yeah,
is the Pope Catholic?
Yeah.
You bet I am, Johnny. Cameo by Dom DeLuise.
Love that movie. Yeah, me too. That's a great one.
Yeah, I'm going to go watch that right now.
Well, we have to finish the episode first.
Oh, sorry.
And I feel like we're getting close. I don't want to say like we're shortchanging this episode, but like it's pretty basic.
We haven't even talked about Gul Dukat yet.
Oh, yeah? And his stolen Klingon warbird that I'd forgotten about.
Yeah, me too. I totally forgot about that. Dennis, feel free to talk about Gul Dukat then.
Well, the interesting thing, like, aren't the Cardassians and Klingons working together now, right? Or they took over the Cardassian empire, didn't they?
I've lost track of the war. I was focused
Klingons invaded Cardassia Prime at some point, and the Cardassian government fell. And so, like, that's what I was confused. Like, I understood, okay, I can see why he's flying around in a Klingon warbird, because they're essentially been annexed by the Klingons. But
no, he stole that on a previous episode.
Yeah, he went rogue.
Yeah, he was all John McCain there on one episode. And
so what was the sash he was wearing? I thought that was like
he took that. Yeah, he took that sash off of the dead Klingon captain.
Yeah, he's gone because remember, he's gone rogue or whatever, because the Cardassians and the Klingons were gonna go to war, I think, and then something happened. Like there was a last minute peace deal or something. But then I think your boy was all like, "Man, fuck those dudes. I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm gonna go out there." Am I wrong here?
Well, there's actually a episode where there's a what do you call it? Memory Alpha page that's literally Ducat's bird of prey.
Huh.
It was captured by Ducat. That was when Kira Nerys was helping him, because they had to figure out how to he had that old freighter ship.
Yeah.
Making runs for the Cardassians.
That's right. Yeah, that's when they put him on like Bobo shift, and he was pissed because they had him on Bobo duty.
Right, and then the Klingon warbird showed up, and like the Klingons had bombed a Cardassian colony or something, and also there's some Bajorans on the colony for the meeting or whatever. And when the Klingons showed up and decloaked, they saw the freighter that he was on. And he fired at them, and they scanned him, and they're like, "Nah, he's not worth it." And then flew away.
That's right.
I remember.
And then because he wasn't even worth.
Yeah, he got all bummed out.
But then what's her name? Jury rigged him a weapon, and done blowed it up.
Yeah, that's right.
So I think the Cardassians. I don't see where.
I don't think they are at war at this point.
No, they're not at this point.
Yeah,
because their government fell, so I think they had to like basically make a pact with the Klingons, right?
Something like that.
It was the first ship captured by the Cardassian Union, discovered to have valuable logs, status reports. Even though he's offered the chance to resume his old post as military advisor, he decided to use the bird of prey to fight the Klingons himself.
I remember now.
That's right, yeah. Because he
I don't remember though the fall of the Cardassian Union yet.
Yeah, he just kind of goes rogue. I don't think the fall of the Klingon Unions happened. I think they
were fighting against the Klingons,
and
the Klingons like invaded their homeworld, and their government fell.
All right, I remember that. All right, I'll take your word for it.
I remember it.
All right.
Did you put it on your calendar, Dennis?
Yes.
Well, then I guess we have to take your word for it.
Let's see it. Let's see your calendar.
Bring out your calendar there, Dennis.
My father used to read us his calendar.
That of all the creepy shit from that, he actually inspired me. Says I do have calendars going back to 1996. It inspired me to bring mine out, and my sons are 14, which was the age he would have been when his father was bringing out calendars. So
can you imagine if you like? That's kind of lame.
I wonder.
Like if I was 14 and my dad started getting sentimental about a calendar from last year, I'd be like, "What the fuck is that?"
Last year's lame. I'm pulling up shit from 1996 before you and your siblings were born.
If you had a calendar from the same age, here's what I did when I was 14. That'd be different,
Yeah.
But like,
if it's like,
yeah, Dad, I was there. Yeah, I know exactly what you did.
I know, Dad. We went to the grocery store. I remember.
But if it's like, hey, here's 2004 when you were born. Here's the weeks leading up to it. Here's where I killed that guy for getting in my way on the way to the hospital, and they never proved it. And then here's when your mother was going into labor, and the doctors were boring as fuck.
That's what John Oliver said the same thing. Did you guys see the John Oliver thing about Kavanaugh? Yeah. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've got to go look that up.
It's like 30 minutes long. It's amazing. Copplaw! Now, all right.
Okay, so in January 2372, the Empire attacked the Cardassian Union, believing the Detapa Council of Cardassia had been infiltrated by the Dominion. This was in the Way of the Warrior. So this is the beginning of season 4.
All right.
And then General Martok led the attack. Blah, 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 blah.
Martok rules.
Yeah, and then that's when the Cardassian Union fell?
They
Capitulated.
established their first civilian government with Gul Dukat as the military advisor. Because they had the central command before that, but then
And was that before Gul Dukat got his Klingon ship?
Yes.
So this happened. He was the military advisor. Then then his little half-breed daughter showed up, so he fell from grace.
Yeah.
And got his little backwater. All that happened in one season?
That's but I mean, like, if you're like the 10th guy on the call sheet and that's your season arc, that's fucking awesome. Like, think about that.
Yeah.
Like, your arc for the season is, I'm a badass dude. My bastard child shows up. I lose all power. I'm on some backwater bullshit mission. I take over a Klingon ship and kick people's asses.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking impressive.
Yeah, like, Riker didn't have that much of an arc in 7 seasons of TNG. Like, Riker's just like, I'm Riker. I have sex with things.
Now I'm going to start putting my foot over chairs.
Yeah.
Hey, don't make fun of Riker doing that. He has a bad back.
I may have sex with stuff.
He blows up space stations.
I may blow up space stations.
Yes.
I get married. Like, that's Riker's arc over 7 seasons and 4 movies.
This chick I used to bang back when I was a lieutenant, and her mom was like just fucking shrill as fuck. So I bailed out of there and focused on my career for a little bit and came back and I got this new job. The little baldy man there said I was pretty good at my job, but he brought my ex in and I was like, oh shit. And then we ended up hooking up again and I guess we got married or some shit.
I smashed it.
I mean, now granted, I'm Eskimo brothers with a Klingon now, and I don't know too many Starfleet officers that can say that.
Some weird alien guy fucked her feet a lot, and then she got pregnant by some alien entity or
Isn't
whatever.
it interesting that after Worf banged Troy, that's when Riker's like, all right, I'll settle down with you now.
It's like, all right, look, you've clearly gone nuts.
You're at least as adventurous as me now.
Yeah.
She had to get some experience.
Yeah.
You keep up with me.
Yep, now you're officially wild tramp.
He knows at that point, butt stuff is in play.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because now he can do all kinds of stuff to her. I'm sure Worf did this to you, right? Like, yeah, I guess, yeah. Yep. It was all an evil plan.
I don't know. I just, having seen Worf's next X and some of the damage that comes along with that, I just don't see Troy being into that.
Again, how Dax isn't on this mission, I don't understand. Because she's great.
Like I said, she should have at least been there to like help them learn how to be Klingon
He had a
because
coach.
she probably knows more about it than Worf does.
I agree.
She can whip him into shape,
Yeah,
literally.
I completely agree.
Oh my!
But then, like, they're doing their thing and they get their medals, and then Martog recognizes Sisko and they put him in jail. And Sisko tells Martog, like, look, he's a fucking shapeshifter and we got to do something about it. And Martog frees him, saying, like, well, you got to challenge him. So Worf challenges Gowron to a fight and Worf wins.
Yep.
Like, Worf has him down, but then he doesn't kill him because somebody says, stop, wait, because Odo figures out that Martog is the Klingon. I mean,
It's funny. Like, they stopped that fight because 2 people came in the room fighting.
Yeah.
It's like, how does that work?
so it's so white trash.
Yeah.
What the hell? The undercard's making a ruckus.
Yeah, like being at Waffle House after a Kid Rock show. Everybody's fighting all over the place. It's crazy. And then Odo's like, no, Martog is the changeling. And then sure as shit. And then everybody in the building shoots him. Like, everybody.
That was so
Yeah.
funny.
No
I was
hesitation. I think they were all waiting to shoot him anyway.
Yeah. That shit was hilarious. Like, they all shot him. Like, every one
All
of them.
wanted to take credit for the kill.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cop, they will sing songs about us. Kapla.
Something I found funny was like at some point I realized that like this prototype changeling finder thing that they had designed that they were there to test. You know, they had all this stuff. They went through all this work of getting the prototype ready. They still don't even know if it works or not.
Yeah.
So now they like, I don't know, I guess we got to find another changeling to try it on.
Yeah.
And it was fun, too, because they look like mini Death Stars.
Yeah.
the little training things.
Yeah.
Golden snitch.
How am I supposed to see fights on the I can't even see whatever the line is?
Force. Reach out with the force.
But now there's 4 of them.
Blaster shield.
I direct him.
Stick them in your butt, Luke. Yes. Feel them moving around.
Blindfolded and naked, Luke.
Lube, you oil yourself up like a pig at the county fair, Luke.
When you feel the force flowing through you, it feels like an old man's hands all over your body, Luke. Ignore it. Go with it, Luke.
Keep the blast show down.
Touch my wrinkly balls, Luke. Yes. And then, and then the episode's over.
But we're still at war.
Yeah, still at war.
But they're going to have a peace treaty.
Yeah, they're going to figure something out.
But we're still at war.
Then they go back and get their faces, which is, all right, I'm going to... The Mo Sizlak rule of face changing. Like, how come they don't end up with some third face? If you know what do you know what I'm talking about, Dennis?
Yeah.
Because Mo Sizlak,
his head falls on his face.
Yes, if you don't know what I'm talking about, Mo Sizlak in an episode of The Simpsons gets plastic surgery and he becomes really, really handsome, and he's like a soap opera star, and like he thinks he's hot shit, and he gets all cocky and weird, and he turns on all of his friends or whatever. But then like a piece of the set from the soap opera he's on,
because he thinks they're going to kill him in the show. He reads the script. He's like, "Oh, they're killing me off. I can't believe it." So he goes rogue and makes the set crash on his face.
Yeah, but then
those were the green pages.
Yes. And then he says during the episode at the end, like, well, how come I didn't end up with some kind of like third face? Because how do you go from regular Mo to handsome guy back to regular Mo? So I want a third face. That's all.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's a long way.
They should have had a third face.
It's a long way for a Simpsons joke, but it was totally worth it.
They even kind of said like to Odo, like, "Hey, we can fix your face if you want."
Bajoran or human?
We're saying you're ugly.
Look, Odo, what I'm saying is we canceled the cookout, baby. I don't understand. Your grin is busted! And then Julie gives a high five and the episode's over.
That's how Renee or Bejanois finds out he's been recast. They're like, "Oh no, you have to get a new face.
Yeah,
Sorry, you can't play this role anymore."
I don't understand.
Yeah,
then,
you're fired.
I don't understand.
Mid-90s Hugh Grant is now Odo.
Yeah, and then they bring in the Cookie Monster, and no one can tell the difference. I don't understand cookies.
Me want cookie.
Changeling cookie.
Klingon cookies.
C is for changeling.
How did we not come up with that last week, Dennis?
No. Needed Dennis.
Full team assembled.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I really don't have much else to say about this episode just because I really enjoyed it. Like, I was too busy watching it to make fun of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Whenever it's a really good episode, I feel like we have fewer things to say. We can't pick it apart as much.
Yeah.
It was good.
But usually, though, we then go off on tangents and fill the time with something else so the listeners feel like they've got their money's worth.
Like fucking through a hole in a sheet?
Oh, yeah, we did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I saw this really good episode of Law & Order the other day.
Oh, do tell.
Are there any Law & Order
primaries
players?
Who are the detectives? Who are the DAs?
Yeah.
I'm still in the Lenny Briscoe.
Okay.
And I don't know what his name is, but he's
Curtis?
no. The
Reed.
guy from Flash. Yeah. I can never remember his real name. He's Joe West.
Jesse L. Martin.
Yeah.
I've completely conflated those characters because I wrote a tweet about it because I was watching Law & Order too, and I love it when he uses his gambling knowledge to help solve the case because somebody was describing a logo and he's like, "Oh, a horse has flames coming out of it? Okay, yeah, that's because I used to place a lot of bets on this team when I used to." But I called him Joe Green because that conflates Joe West and Ed Green.
Mm-hmm.
Make them,
I didn't even know what his first name
for the
was.
Pittsburgh Steelers somehow.
So I did see an episode recently. I was waiting for Magnum to come on, and I was on WeTV.
Bow, bow, bow. Is the theme song the same?
Absolutely the same. A little modern, but it's great. Starts out with a helicopter doing the dive. But it's a Law and Order, and it was the one where the guy from Blackish,
Anthony Anderson.
Anthony Anderson. He's one of the detectives. And then there's a guy I didn't recognize. I've seen him.
Jeremy Sisko.
Is that curly hair?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's on there, and then
that's when it got really good again.
Yeah, my boy, though, is a DA.
Cutter.
The Watterson. He's like the head guy now.
Oh yeah.
He's been promoted up, and he knows the governor. But then the governor's like tied into this whole sex scandal thing. And
I was watching that one the other day too.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Was that Monday or was that later?
I think so. Yeah.
I want to say
that's a good episode, man.
Yeah, I mean,
who is that guy? The guy who plays the governor. God, he's like one of those '80s actors. Like
Google it. Law and Order Governor.
The episode, the episode's name was Excalibur.
Really?
Yep.
Because that was the name of the escort service.
Yep, Excalibur Escort Service.
Yeah.
Or Excalibur, and he's like, because you get to
he witnessed with this hot Brazilian hooker.
Oh yeah.
Got deported. And then the feds dropped the charges because they got a nice little deal from the state of New York to build their facility for $1 for 99-year lease.
Let's see here. Who's the governor? It doesn't say. It's going to be hard to figure out here. Ed Beasley? No, that's not. No, here, let me. Because sometimes the IMDb page makes it tougher to do.
Oh, isn't there like a Wikipedia for this?
I'm looking.
God.
So,
listeners, if you'd like to hear more Law and Order discussion, tell your friends to join Patreon.
Dude,
100 Patreon subscribers, and we start the second
part. That's the
Tom Everett Scott.
That's the series finale. Tom Everett Scott is the guy from That Thing You Do.
Yeah.
He plays the Governor Shades?
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Governor Stowboy.
So Shades leaves the fucking Oneaters and becomes the governor of fucking New York, who gets caught up in a prostitution ring?
Yeah. Wow. It's awesome.
And that's the last episode of Law and Order. That's it. Excalibur. That's the last one.
Is that really the last one?
400. Yep.
Didn't they do like a movie or something?
Yeah, no, they just ended. That was episode 411, according to the Wikipedia page.
20 seasons in a movie.
That's the last one. Yep.
Can't they do like Law and Order: The Next Generation?
Well, they tried that. They tried Law and Order Los Angeles.
Did they go 20?
That didn't work out.
Yeah, okay, never mind. No, they did go 20. Okay, that was the season 18 finale because they did go 20.
Okay.
456 episodes. Holy fuck.
That's crazy.
Okay, but to be fair, which episode of Dork Trek is this?
Yeah, but I mean, we're not producing an hour weekly TV show.
No, we're doing an hour and a half every week. Fuck it.
Yeah, but we're no Law and Order. Like, let's be real. We're just a bunch of
we need to get Dick
schlubs.
Wolf to produce this podcast.
Gung gung. We'd be rich as fuck if Dick.
Now, I haven't watched it yet. Dick Wolf has a new series called FBI.
Jeremy Sisso's in that as well.
And I haven't had a chance to start. I've got it all DVR'd, and I'm going to take some time this weekend when the kids are over, and we're going to watch FBI together.
Yeah, Jeremy Sisto's in that. He's one of the FBI. He was in 6 Feet Under. He played Brenda's brother, Billy. And if you watch 6 Feet Under, which you should because it's fucking brilliant, you can tell how crazy he is in the episode based on the amount of facial hair that he has. So, because he's bipolar in the show. So when he's clean shaven, he's feeling pretty good. When he's real scruffy looking, he's all fucking nuts. So you can just turn the episode on and see Billy and go, "Oh, he's going to be crazy."
That's like in Homeland. You can tell how bipolar Claire Danes is by how bug-eyed she gets.
That'd be cool if that was how it went in real life. Like, oh, you're feeling real bipolar
It's
today.
like turning into a werewolf.
Yeah, bro. I'm a bipolar werewolf.
Ooh, a manic wolf.
I'm feeling real fucking manic today.
Oh, no, I'm just depressed, dude.
I'm good. Yeah. I love Jeremy Sisso. And that show got really good, then they canceled it.
Well, I mean, it's been running. It runs.
I gotta start watching it. I haven't seen it.
How many are we away? Let me look real quick. Patreon Dork Trek. Go to patreon.com/Dork Trek. We're at 27 patrons.
That went up.
Wow.
Last time I heard a number, it was like 14.
Yeah, we're at 20. We're at 27. I think we said 50, and we do a Law and Order podcast.
I thought it was 100.
I think at some point somebody said 50. I mean, whatever, dude.
I'll do it for 50. I'll do a lot for 50, but
I would just love to have an excuse to watch Law and Order more.
I don't need an excuse.
Now, is it true that Wii TV or the Wii channel or whatever it's called is the only place that you can watch?
The only place to have all the episodes, but Sundance also shows Law and Order episodes.
So, is there a streaming service that we can go to see these things?
Why isn't there a Law and Order channel?
Yeah, there should be.
There could be, yeah.
Yeah.
Like with all the variations.
All the iterations of it. Why not?
Because I know, like I said, on Friday nights on Ion, I watch Law and Order. Like I'll skip Star Trek. I won't watch Star Trek that night and just watch all the Law and Orders. But all those ones that I've seen so far are the ones with Anthony Anderson and Jeremy Sisko. Now, like after Green left and Briscoe died, they had Dennis Farina and that girl, and that was just
no. Dennis Farina was with Ed Green
for a while, but then Farina
came with Ed Green.
Yeah, that girl sucked.
Do they do it like Doctor Who companions, where it's very rare that you just do a complete turnover? You have like, okay, I've been here for a while, and you're here for a while.
Because like
this one leaves, and then you bring in another one, and they're here and then he leaves, and now you've got these two.
Because what's his name? Like the original was like Christopher Noth and Paul Sorbino, I think.
Yeah.
And then
who was on Star Trek?
Left, and he got replaced by Ed, some Polish name. And then Noth left, and he got replaced by Lenny Briscoe.
Yeah.
And then the other dude left, and he got replaced by
Benjamin Bratt.
Yeah, Benjamin Bratt.
Okay.
And so Benjamin Bratt was on the show a really long time. Like they were together for quite a while.
Yeah, a few years at least.
And then Benjamin Bratt left, and then they brought in Ed Green, and then,
Briscoe
and then
died.
He died in real life. Like he just died. Yeah.
Oh, now did they kill him on the show, or did they just?
He retired
on the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he
the only cop who died. No, none of the cops died.
The ADA died.
Yeah, the one girl.
She was cute.
And one got murdered too.
Yeah, that's what.
One died in a car accident, hit by a drunk driver, and one got murdered.
Yeah, the one got murdered because I remember the one who got murdered. That was later.
One got fired for being a lesbian.
It's just because I'm a lesbian? Like, no, what the fuck? I remember watching that going, what the fuck happened?
It was so weird. It's like, now, is this an episode of SVU? Because it seems like an SVU thing.
What's Sam Waterston's name?
Jack McCoy.
Jack McCoy. So Jack McCoy has all these hot assistants.
He's great.
Right.
He's
the
banging
assistant
all
lawyer.
of them.
Probably because he rides a motorcycle.
He was. No, it came up like that he has a reputation of the younger lawyers that he works with.
But one of the popular ones that everybody loved back in the day or whatever, she did a guest spot.
Angie Harmon.
Was that?
Probably Angie Harmon. Yeah.
She's my favorite.
I don't know if it was her, but I'd have to check the credits. But on this week's episode the last two episodes of Bull, she plays the mother of a character that died. Bull is on CBS Monday nights at 10, but 9 Central.
Captain CBS.
And dude, I am loving me some CBS. I don't know what the fuck it is. Like,
you starting to watch The Big Bang Theory, Ben?
You don't want to answer that question.
You don't want that answer.
You don't want it.
We need to do an intervention.
We should, but
it's almost. You know what? That show's almost over. So I'm not.
Thank God. But I will say, Young Sheldon is surprisingly good.
Oh boy, I don't believe you. I don't believe anything you say about CBS anymore, Ben.
But no, so the mother, she plays the mother of this character, and there's a big court case, and she's involved or whatever, and she plays Cable's mom, and then,
Justice for Cable.
Yeah. And then it was cool because she was congratulating and telling the lawyer how good he was. And then from a TV fan perspective, it's like, oh, cool. This old school TV lawyer is telling this new TV lawyer that he's...
I'm trying to figure out which one it is, but they don't...
Did she have a husky, like,
raspy
Turner voice?
Does she sound like Odo?
I I mean, hold on just a second.
I'm Googling it now. Hang on.
I'm guessing it was Angie Harmon.
Half of the show is just me Googling stuff.
Hot ADA.
Right. It's Jill Hennessy. It's Jill Hennessy. Jill Hennessy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She's the one that got killed by the drunk driver, right?
She's the one that got killed by the drunk driver. Yeah.
That's the episode where they went to watch the execution in the beginning.
Yeah.
They all went out to the bar, and then she got hit by the drunk driver.
That's such a great episode because Briscoe like falls off the wagon in that one too.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great episode.
Yeah, there's no crime solving in that episode.
Yeah.
It's all like a character study.
It's
the season finale too.
Yeah, it's fucking great because that was very rare for Law and Order because you didn't see shit like that because it was always just like a procedural.
Yeah.
So the fact that they kind of dove into some character stuff was because that's when Briscoe's daughter got in trouble for like drugs and like she was turning on a dealer, and then I think she gets killed later too.
Felt more like an episode
Curtis
of The
cheated
Wire.
on his wife with Jennifer Garner also?
I thought it was Julia Roberts.
I think it's around
No, that was the later one.
I thought it was around that time though, because that was what I was watching when I was in Charleston on one of my last trips. Was that era?
You know what? You're both right. It was Jennifer Garner and it was Julia Roberts.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were both tempting him to. And there was another I can't remember what her name was. But like he's always got the bitches thrown in at him.
Well, I remember that episode because like Julia Roberts was I think she was a call girl who was
that was a movie. It was Pretty Woman.
No. She was like
I know she was a federal witness or something like that.
Yeah, because like and she gave boner pill medication to a guy that had heart problems because they were trying to get rid of him. That's Jill Hennessy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She was good too. Yeah, she died in the drunk driving accident.
I think people mostly liked her because of the way she died.
Yeah.
Like she wasn't like remarkable as an ADA on the show or anything like that. She got run over a lot by Jack.
She wasn't Angie Harmon who was all like, fucking give him the chair.
I get all of them mixed up because there's so many with the different series.
Yeah. There's the blonde one and then there's the rest of them.
Yeah. There's the blonde one who's a lesbian.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere. And then there's
Angie. Yeah. I know Angie
Connie
Harmon.
Rubirosa.
Yeah, there's Angie. Oh, she's so hot. There's Angie Harmon who wants to give everybody the chair. Then that's when the blonde girl came in, Gretchen, whatever her name. I forget her name on the show, but her real name was like Gretchen. And then she was a lesbian, and she left, and they brought in that other girl who died, who got killed, and she got murdered. And then they brought in the super hot chick, and she worked with Cutter.
Yeah, I love Cutter.
I like Cutter.
Yeah.
Thomas Wayne in the Batman Begins movie.
Yeah, Linus Roach, he's great.
Yeah, he's great.
He was in Chronicles of Riddick too.
Yeah, he's really good.
Now, which one of these is the blonde? Because I'm getting like multiple blonde.
Her real name's Elizabeth Rome or something like that.
Elizabeth Rome. It's the second one. First and second one.
Yeah, Serena Sutherland.
Yeah.
So this one here.
Olivia was on SVU.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
God, we watched a lot of Law and Order. Holy shit.
And now who's this?
Alexandra Cabot.
Who's
also on SVU.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I remember when the blonde cop showed up, because she was like from Georgia or something and was recently divorced.
She said, "Oh no."
She was the white Ed Green of the show, basically, because she had like gambling issues and stuff like that too. They took all of his storylines and gave it to a blonde lady.
I don't remember that. Was that Law and Order?
No, it's SVU.
Okay, I
only know because the only episode I remember with her is basically she's being, like they make it seem like she's being exploited by these criminals to support like a secret gambling ring or whatever. But it turns out at the end she's undercover or whatever. So
yeah, I didn't get. SVU lost me after a while. I think after What's His Face,
they do a lot of stunts on that show, like crazy things that are just not necessary for crime solving.
After your boy left, it kind of lost me. Stabler. Yeah.
After he flew that C-17 into the Phantom Zone.
He just left.
Yeah.
I think the last time I saw him
from all media at that point.
He was the voice of Green Lantern at some point, so maybe he's on OA.
So.
Oh.
So what'd you guys think of the Star Trek episode that we watched? How we know we're talking about Law and Order.
Oh yeah, Star Trek. I think I'm gonna give it a 7.5.
Damn.
7.5. Yeah, I really liked Ducat when he just fucking blew up the ship.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, let's not talk to him. I got an idea.
All right, let's go.
They gave like a full point extra on this episode for me.
Yeah, there was a lot of those moments that just made me laugh because they were kind of ridiculous like that. Like that was ridiculous. When they shot Martok, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, that was great.
But it was great. I give it a 7.5 too.
Yeah. I'm going to agree 7.5.
Was it 7.5, Dennis, or 7.52?
God damn it, Ben.
Fucking Ben. Fucking Ben.
Don't nod at me. Don't shake your head.
Fucking
don't be.
What's your rating, Ben? Just tell us your fucking rating.
I also give it a 7.5.
It was a really good episode.
I give it a 2 because I'm the dentist this week. I found something minor that really pissed me off.
By the way, last week's episode, 5.5.
What?
How they don't get him in more Klingon makeup is... I want to see Klingon Sisko more. He was so good at it.
Like he just does it on the weekends. He dresses up. He's like, Julian, can you do that thing for me again?
Can we cosplay Klingon? I want to just yell at people. He was just kicking everybody's ass.
Yeah.
For no reason.
Yeah,
he's just essentially walking around beating up drunk people. Like he's what every sober guy wants to do at the club. Like it was amazing.
There's just like years of pent up aggression or something in there. It's just like, God, this feels so good.
Brag all you want, but don't block the blood wine.
Baba.
And nobody even was like, what the fuck, bro? They're just like, all
right. Love gun.
Nobody was blocking the blood wine, sir.
They all just start
I'm telling you, man.
There's got to be Klingon kiss, right?
I can't wait to see the Discovery episode where they discover Kiss, the Klingon Empire. Like, this is what we got to do. Like,
that's what the show is about, discovering Kiss.
And that explains all the continuity differences. That explains why everything changes, because once they discover Kiss, they completely shift.
In that alternate timeline, when they send out Voyager with the gold record or whatever, it's actually a Kiss record.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Mix up at Mission Control.
It was Kiss Alive they sent out on accident, and they saw it, and they were like, this is the coolest shit ever.
Carl Sagan was like, he's got the gold disc. He's got the new Kiss album.
Oh, shit.
I can never tell anybody what I've done.
He goes home, he takes Kiss album out of the sleeve. He puts his hi-fi, and he's sitting
hello. Hola.
The people
Konnichiwa. What the hell?
Like, son of a...
I didn't know Kiss did a concept album.
It's very Bowie-esque. Yeah. Oh, no, this is me. Fuck. They'll never know. And then, like, season 3 of Discovery, they drop all the weird, like, chainmail stuff where they just show up and look like Kiss.
Yeah.
I'm a kitty cat.
Grow their hair out.
Yep.
Well, they do have long hair this season. I've seen the clips, the trailer.
People just like to complain about anything, don't they?
I gotta tell you,
dude. Did you see the shot of the D7?
No, was it cool?
No, I was ejaculating the whole time I was watching the trailer.
Yeah. The Klingons have hair, and now the Klingon D7. There was a
Spock has a beard.
Well, yeah, because there's a Klingon D7 on one of the scans. It looks like the classic D7s.
All right, I'm gonna. How can I find that? What do I have to do?
I don't know. Extended Discovery trailer, season 2 trailer.
I'll watch it when we're done.
It's on
All Access. You can probably watch it for free. I thought those short treks were free too.
I thought they were too, but I can't find them.
Got to pay for them.
Then I guess I'll see them once the season starts.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'll see them that afternoon just before the first episode.
Nice try, CBS.
I'm going to go back and
with that, CBS.
Yeah, I'm going to go back and watch season 1.
I'm actually thinking about just keeping a permanent subscription to CBS All Access now.
As well, man. You
look at
loving
fancy
CBS.
pants.
Because, well, I mean, that's the thing is they've actually sold me on their network. I'm like, you know what? You guys brought back Star Trek. It's awesome. You're bringing back all these other great shows. Fine. You know what? They're grabbing some cash so they can make quality broadcast shows.
quality television. It'd be make Murder She Wrote again, son. Then you got me.
You know, they almost did.
Who would play the old lady?
God,
Only if the theme song is the regular version.
No, it was going to be African American lady that I can't remember.
Hell no!
And that's what happened.
Angela Bassett. It's got to be somebody named Angela.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the rule.
Murder.
That would be pretty awesome.
Well, then they could get a black lady and do the reggae song, and then you're like, yeah, this works.
That would be how a TV executive thinks, though.
Oh, look, we do
the black lady. We can't use the old theme song.
We get this rap song, and then we get a black lady, and it's perfect. Yeah. We put it in the south side of Chicago, and it works. Black people.
She'll be busy.
Yep, and black people will watch because they're all one unit. Like it's all one. It's a collective, like the Borg.
Octavia Spencer was going to be Jessica.
Yeah, she would be cool.
Octavia.
Yeah, but
she's a little like, I know this is going to sound wrong, but she's a little too sassy to be Jessica Fletcher. I think.
Well, that's the thing is old school original.
No.
Yeah, Angela Lansbury's like, oh, that's completely ridiculous. There's no like people in New England.
You want to do it, get CCH Pounder. She'd be dope.
She would be awesome.
I love CCH Pounder.
She'd be solving all kinds of murders.
She'd be solving every murder, Jack.
Yeah. Even she's not going to let Lupus hold her down.
Nope.
I don't care. I just want more Murder, She Wrote.
Murder, She Wrote. Da 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 da. Murder, She Wrote.
It has to be in the Magnum PI universe. Because that's one of my
Magnum PI. Da, da, da. Magnum PI.
I all have the same song.
I remember watching
NCIS. Da, 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 da. NCIS.
Bull. Bull.
Jag me off. Da, 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 da. Jag me off.
Murphy Brown.
Da, 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 da.
The comedies aren't part of the universe. God damn.
Big Bang Theory. Da, da, da.
And neither's that. It's only the dramas. It's not the comedies, and it's not Big Bang Theory.
Star Trek Discovery.
Well, to be fair, Star Trek could be in the continuity.
Short Treks.
Discovery. Short Trek. All right. Enough tomfoolery. This episode was great.
Yep. You should
Short
watch
Trek
it.
episode also good.
Season 5, guys.
Shit's getting real.
Getting real. Thank you for listening, and we'll be back next week.
Goodbye.